Well, there's one big difference, that you talk about things that you normally don't mention. I mean, we have a tool that we say is go for the obvious. If there's something which everybody tries not to talk about, then we talk about it. And we say things which normally in all our trainings, these really professionals who do this for decades, they are shocked because what you tell is different from what you think. And this is a very big difference to in quotes, normal coaching. So you tell them you are too old, too dumb, too uncreative or whatever. And you would never do this in a normal coaching. But the big difference is the loving, caring attitude, the absolute trust in the resources of the client makes that your nonverbal attitude, the client can read this. He knows you don't mean it. So you agree with the client more than he wants you to agree when you say you're too old, because you can be sure many clients have thought this before. And if they had a recipe to get out of their trap, they would use it. So they don't have any, and they think maybe I'm too old or I'm not clever enough or whatever. I need an expert to tell me how to get out. And that's where we go in and say, yes, you are too old, you are not good enough, you will never do it, because we want to trigger the resistance against this feeling too weak to change something. And if I tell, for 15 years, I did therapy and coaching. Well, the term was not invented then for psychotherapy in the 70s and early 80s. But I did therapy, and I always reassured the client, you can do it. I'm sure you have the resources and so on. And the result was that the client said, you didn't understand me yet. I cannot do it. But if I tell the client you cannot do it, then that's how our brain works. Then his brain goes into the direction where he is looking for, he wants to contradict me. He says, you're not right. I can do it. But the thing is, sometimes you have to overdo so horribly before the client resists to your contributions. Sometimes you think it cannot be true, but he still said, yes, you're right. I am too weak. I cannot do it. So you have to find images, to paint funny pictures. You have to make a caricature that finally the client sees how absurd this is, what he says there. The main difference is you say things you would never say in quotes, normal coaching. But you say things that many coaches and clients think. And you talk aloud. You speak it out loud, which you think it, and then you go to a colleague and say, listen, I had a client today, and then you talk what you saw there. But in provocative therapy or provocative coaching, you say it directly to the client. And this is the big difference, just to trigger the resistance against his own self-destroyment, you can say, or self-hypnosis. People are in kind of a hypnosis against their own problems, or to destroy their trance. They are tranced by their own problems.